Okay, I want to thank everyone for coming out to the Big Fish Audio booth to check out the Miku V3 English presentation. What Miku V3 English is a vocal synthesis instrument, and without any further information, I want you to hear Miku V3 English. So this is Miku V3 English. And I'm going to show you what it looks like, what the interface looks like. So that was Miku, Hatsune Miku V3 English. And let's talk about Hatsune Miku real quick. What is a Vocaloid? Okay, Vocaloid is a technology for singing voice synthesis developed by Yamaha, and the name of this software application. This software allows users to input melody and lyrics in order to synthesize singing. In other words, with this technology, singing can be produced without a singer. But in this case, the singer is Hatsune Miku, because that's who we're going to be using. Now, a little bit about Hatsune Miku. Literally means the first sound of the future in Japanese. Futuristic voice synth software that allows you to easily create vocal parts from scratch by just entering melody and lyrics. And it's actually quite easy to do that, to add the melody and the lyrics. And the effects processing, you can add vibrato, dynamics, and other effects to change the expression of Miku's singing voice. Okay. Some of the articulations and effects processing that you can use within Miku are velocity, breathiness, clearness, gender factor, which is, that one's a lot of fun, pitch bend, dynamics, brightness, opening, and by opening I mean the opening of her voice. You can emulate how a singer would expand their mouth opening to get Miku to sound just like that. Portamento timing, which is the carriage between notes, is almost like a glissando. Like you can change the way she does like la or like la, like real quick. That's the portamento timing. Pitch bend sensitivity is directly correlated with your pitch bend tool. So the more pitch bend that you have, you can either make it more sensitive, less sensitive, depending on the values that you want to use. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how easy it is to create lyrics and add effects for Miku. So what we have right here, this is the Piu Pro Vocal Editor, which comes with the software. Okay. And on the left here, you see the actual instrument, Miku, being used. And this is the demo that we just played. So let me just play that again, so you can hear the demo that I just played.
Sometimes they are hidden and hard to find.
Okay. So that was the demo we just listened, and this is the track that we're going to be using right now. Okay, I just wrote this. This is by a cover of a hook of a band called Cruella. I don't know if you've heard of Cruella, but the song is called Alive. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to make Miku sing. So this is the hook without any effects processing.
Let's make this fading moment last forever.
It sounds pretty good without any effects processing, but say we wanted to add more lyrics, what we would do is we'd grab the pencil tool, which is located right here, just like MIDI,
Love.
And that's it.
Love.
Now we can enter the lyrics. Let's say we want to do welcome to the booth. Okay, this box right here is where we enter the lyrics, and how she's going to split the lyrics up is by syllable. Okay, so welcome is 2 syllables, so that's going to be 2 different words that we can move on the MIDI scale to the booth. We want her to add the extra lyrics right here with this option, and I want them to be around an 1/8 note. Okay, we hit OK, and there they are. So now at this point we can go to our selection tool, and we can move the lyrics
Booth.
wherever we want. We can also expand them, but With the Vocaloid technology, you can literally get Miku to sing whatever you want, as long as it's in the English language. You know what I mean? So let me just play this. We just wrote this.
Welcome to the booth.
And that was it. I mean, that's how easy it is to add lyrics with Miku V3 English. So now we're going to go back to this Cruella hook from the song Alive. I'm going to play it again without any effects processing.
Let's make this fading moment last forever.
Okay, that's without any effects processing. Now let me play it again with effects processing that comes standard with the Miku software. So this is what it sounds like with clearness, gender factor, dynamics, and brightness, as well as natural vibrato.
Let's make this fading moment last forever.
So you can hear the vibrato, you can hear the sharpness, you can hear a little bit of, she's a little bit higher, a little more girly of a voice, and that's all done with the effects processing that comes with Miku. So we're going to recreate that right now. Okay? So the first thing I did was mess with the gender factor. Gender factor, the higher the values, the more she's going to sound like an adult woman trying to make like a squeaky toy voice. An example of that I'm going to show you right now. So again, this is normal.
Fading moment last forever.
This is with gender factor values all the way up.
Let's make this fading moment last forever.
Okay. Sorry, I got that confused there. The higher the values, the lower she sounds. So it's going to be an adult voice trying to sing much lower, much more full. Now this is gender factor all the way down. That's going to sound like a higher pitch.
Let's make this fading moment last forever.
I mean, so you can see there's a ton of different variety and different ways that you can make her voice sound. But from standard, I'm going to go to 40, because I believe 44 was what I used for the last track, which is good enough to make her sound like a little more girly, a little higher registry.
Let's make this fading moment last forever.
Okay, that sounds good. So we're going to leave it like that. Okay, the next thing that I tweaked was the clearness. Yep, clearness. Clearness is defined by the Piu Pro manual as just how clear she sings and enunciates the actual words. So what we're going to do is you can automate these so she can be more clear on certain words, less clear on other words. You know, you can make her mumble, you can make her whisper. But for this track, we're going to bring the clearness up to about, I'd say like 55. Okay, so this is without.
Make this fading moment.
Okay, this is with, we'll do 60. We'll do 60 to make sure it's real nice and clear that everyone can hear it over our track.
Let's make this fading moment.
And you guys can hear the difference. I mean, it does sound a lot more clear. Next thing we're going to mess with is the dynamics. Dynamics, yep. The dynamics I'm going to automate, because what I want her to do is I want her to push I want her to resonate a little bit more during fading, and then kind of dull out during moment, and then come back to normal during last forever. And how we do that is we select the A for automation, go back up to our tool, our pencil tool, and now we draw it in. So I want her to push a little bit more during fading, come back down for moment, and then come up for last forever. Okay? So what that sounds like now is this.
Let's make this fading moment last forever.
So that added some more genuine realness to her actual singing. We made her push fading because, you know, like F's, B's, and stuff like that. When you sing, they're easy to push with a mic. And then we added that more realism in the dynamics to make her seem more gentle and soft during moment and last forever. So I'm going to play that. This is without.
This fading moment last forever.
Okay, and this is with.
Make this fading moment last forever.
And it sounds great. Sounds real good. Now brightness. Brightness is in charge of the higher frequencies. We're going to add some brightness. Brightness is going to push the highs a little bit more, okay? And I'm not going to automate this. I just want this to be a little bit higher a little bit brighter, less full, and more higher, because this song, the Gorilla song, is over like really heavy soft synths, really heavy 808s, and so this is what it sounds like with the brightness turned up a little bit.
Let's make this fading moment last forever.
Sounds great, but we're not done yet. I wanted to sound even more realistic, so I'm going to add vibrato. And with this Miku V3 English, you can add a ton of different vibratos, to extreme, where it's like almost opera style, to real fast, slight. For this demo, we're going to use normal, and we're going to add it to ever, and then fading. So this is what that sounds like now with all our effects processing, our articulations, as well as vibrato now.
Let's make this fading moment last forever.
And now it sounds just like the track we just did. Super easy. Okay, it's really, really easy to use. The effects processing and articulations, I know sometimes it can be scary for new users and stuff like that, but they're very self-explanatory. Okay, you can mess with them, find out what you like, what you don't like, and just keep it there or change it. You can automate it. It's very, very practical in a sense where there's tons of trial and error. If you don't exactly know what you want, you can find it because it's real easy. Okay, so that is making a little hook in Miku V3 English Vocaloid very easy. Let's go back to my slides here. Miku V3 English is available at Big Fish Audio for $149.95. With the bundle, you get Studio One Artist Piu Pro Edition, the PreSonus virtual instruments and sounds, okay? Because PreSonus does Studio One, so they're also including with this bundle. You're going to get 808s, synths, all sorts of melodic instruments, as well as sounds like single hits, loops, stuff like that. You're going to get the Miku V3 English sound banks, which comes with 5 different sound banks of Miku. You're going to get like a whisper, you're going to get a clean. I was just using the clean. You're going to get a dark, and 2 other ones. Piu Pro Vocal Editor, it's a VST, so whatever DAW you're using has to run VST. But like I said, if you don't have one that runs the VST, Studio One Artist Piu Pro Edition runs the VSTs. And if you're on a PC, you're also going to get Tiny Vocaloid Editor, so you can edit your Vocaloid, and Mutant VSTi, which is more of a wave and loop organizer. Okay, so all those wave and loops that you get from the PreSonus virtual instruments and sounds, you can use the Mutant VSTi to organize them all. Okay, so that's Miku V3 English. Do we have any questions? Do you have any questions? I'm sorry? I don't know her Japanese name, okay, but she does anime. And what's great about this is that how she recorded this is they recorded it in phonemes, and a phoneme is smaller than a syllable. So syllable like California, California, okay, that's 4. Well, a phoneme is smaller than that. So what she did is recorded all those like smaller sounds like the k and the and the o and the f. So by doing that, it's not really her voice. Like I've listened to YouTube interviews with her. Miku sounds nothing like her, nothing at all, because the software is taking all these different phonemes and tying them together to make this beautiful, incredible instrument. So, yeah, I want to thank you all for coming out to the Miku presentation. If you don't have any other further questions, I'm going to end with this last track here, or you know what I'll do? I'll go back to this track so you can see it run one more time. We're going to mute this, solo these. So this is Miku V3.
Would you like to come with me? I go on a journey.
See the vibrato that was added there? that's Miku V3 English. Thank you so much for coming out.